So I already had kind of an interesting order for a 25-foot beam, and you guys seen that one. It was on episode, what, 3 or I think it was 4. And that was pretty cool. But now we're going to go the opposite. We're going to do a short little log, and I think this one's 4 feet long. So the first issue I have with that is 4 feet's not long enough to get on my backstops. So I have to get a sturdy board so I can span that distance. And you can see right here how I've got this 1x10 sitting here. And it had to be a pretty good sized one because that log is going to put a lot of pressure on it. So I don't want that board to break. And what I'm going to do is I will get this all the way against this and get some pressure on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and mill off a section here and get this flat, and then one here and get that flat. Actually, it's going to be this side. I'm going to get this here and then this here. So when I roll it, and I'll have a 90-degree angle that'll actually grab into that bed stop. I won't need to use the back stop. So then I can pull that board out of there, so I'm not ruining my board.
And what are you making?
So a fellow with a log truck asked me to provide him with some chocks. Use them for basically a block jack. And so I'm going to end up making full as wide as I can, because they're going to be duals on his log truck that's going to run up on it, and probably 4 inches thick. And then he'll come along after I make these blocks, and he'll take his chainsaw and cut an angle so he can run up onto them.
Neat.
Yeah, so it's kind of one of those.
So many uses for upcycling a short log that normally would be garbage.
I mean, I was going to sell this to a local carver, and he was going to carve some cool animals into it, but I've got more for that, and I just took this one to make these little chalk jacks for this guy. So we'll see how we do here. Oh! Ear protection and eye protection is paramount. This sawmill throws stuff everywhere.
Yeah, it's even shot boards off in weird directions.
Yeah. I'm thinking about writing a theme song for my YouTube channel called Man Glitter. I don't know, tell me what you think in the comments. And if you got any ideas for me for a theme song, let me know. Alright, here we go. We're going to give this a shot. I went through all that effort for that, but it's not gonna work. There's a crack right down the center of it, and the guy's gonna put his log truck on there, and probably the first time he goes to do that, the board's gonna split. So I gotta find a different log. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with these chunks either. You can see that crack. And on this back one is really bad. Because I can actually see it moving right now. So it's about to fall apart right now.
Oh, jeez.
As I was milling it, it pulled that top section over. And even the cut is at an angle because of that crack it gave.
Crazy. So what you're saying is all of that work was futile? Nice. Those are cool blockers. I mean, thanks. Yeah, you can see it. It's already done.
Junk. So I'm going to try this again with this pine log. I purchased this log down the road, and it had a fence that they put in probably in the 40s or 50s, and the tree grew up around it, and I found metal on this end of the log. Now this order, he only needs maybe 3 foot of block, so I'm going to go ahead and cut a chunk off of this side and hope we don't run into metal up here. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 6 feet just so I don't have to deal with the backer board. It'll fit between my backstops. Actually, maybe, I don't know, that'd be 6 feet right there. Getting dull. Weather, spring weather. Time to roll up my sleeves. And I got this great Fridge-O-Matic little fridge. It's probably 40 years old, but it keeps my drinks cold.
Right?
Almost too cold. The other day it was all ice in there.
So this one's a little...
Right, but because I set it up there on the bed, I use my forks to center those 2 bed rails, and I couldn't get it to move this way without my fork hitting the bed rail, so I opted to just leave this board on here for right now. When we get it milled down a little bit, maybe I'll push it where it needs to go, but when he's loading these sawmills is get your forks tangled up into your bed, because that bed is supposed to be level all the way across. So each one of these rails is level to the next rail. And if you hook a fork on that, well, it's really easy to mess them up and get them out of alignment. So you got to be really careful using your forks to load this machine. Oh, I got to put my earplugs in. I was like, my mind was saying, Dan, you know, you're about to make a lot of noise. You need to put on your earplugs. Heavier than that Doug Fir was. So I'm going to take Shelly, pick him up off the bed, save our back. So I definitely consider these a success. There's no big cracks in them. And they're heavier than the Doug fir. So I think they'll last him a while. He only needed 2 of them, but
That one's heavier than all of them.
it's solid. Wow. So that's it for this episode of Building Bulk Lumber, the American Dream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So I guess I wanted to showcase in this video the fact that, you know, there's challenges, and sometimes when you spend some time on a project, it don't turn out. And I mean, I'm not gonna try to sell somebody something that I wouldn't buy. So as you seen in that situation, I had to just scrap that whole log, go find another log, and luckily I had that one sitting out here because that's a piece that I hit some metal in, and I just was able to cut that end off and then utilize the rest of that log for that order. So it worked out good, but you know, you always got to keep your mind focused on the goal, on the order. You know, the order was those slabs, so whatever it took, I'm gonna make it happen for them. All right guys, we'll see you next time, and remember, hug somebody you love.